Time for me to find out if y'all did your notes. What does it mean if it's consistent?
If it's consistent,
at least one solution.
I don't know what I was writing. I just wrote it.
At least one solution.
At least one solution. What about if it's independent?
No, exactly one solution.
Exactly one solution. What about inconsistent?
No solution.
And dependent?
Infinitely many solutions.
Cool. Graph the linear system and estimate the solution, then check your solution algebraically. Nope, not that.
Note on the back of your head.
Get it.
Oh,
Please.
magic.
That's good. Your hair is really poofy on top. Thank you.
Isn't that on top amazing?
These problems you will most likely get wrong if you don't do them on graph paper, so highly recommend graph paper.
Oh.
Anyways. I'm not saying I will mark them wrong, but I am saying you probably won't be able to do it correctly if you don't have graph paper. I'm pretty sure you have a stack already.
There's at least one piece in the seat next to you.
Alright, so what we do is we graph each line individually. We're looking for the point of intersection on there. So I usually graph my lines in 2 different colors so that I can see what's happening. If you want to do that, that's fine. Just be careful if you're using pen because you don't want to have to do it twice. So first line, point at 2, slope of 5. I'm going to go down and back, and hopefully that'll be enough. I may have to go up and over 1. We'll see what happens. So down 5. Back 1. I'll go ahead and go up 5 and right 1. It's just going to be way up here. And some graphs are going to end up being excessively large just because of where they intersect, so just be aware of that. Second line, intercept at 0. Slope of 3. There's no reason for me to continue going up 3 over 1 because I can tell that it's not going to intersect up here, so it hopefully is going to intersect down at the bottom. So I'm going to go down 3, back 1. And the point that I just plotted is on the other line, so my point of intersection is right here. So key thing, the answer to these is a coordinate point, okay? So what is the XY coordinate of this point?
Negative 1, negative 3.
Negative 1, negative 3.
That would make it consistent because it intersects at one point.
Consistent and what else? Dependent. Yep.
Because dependent and
This one doesn't ask you to do that, but
Wait, how would it intersect the
wait, I can't spell.
Oh,
Consistent?
Wait, no, because then how would you...
Wait, isn't it independent because there's only one solution?
Independent is exactly one solution, so it'd be independent.
It's independent and consistent.
That's
Okay. But then, how would you have more than one solution?
If it's the exact same line.
See, that's
Stop, Zach.
he double wings. He won't pull the.
Wait, so it can cross at more than one point, even if it's not
I
infinite?
just kissed you.
No, I just said it has to be the same line.
What? Okay.
You'll see. We can also verify that this point is correct, okay? Sometimes I require it, sometimes I don't, so you have to just read the instructions and see. But we plug into any of our equations, so I'm going to do the bottom one because it's easier. Negative 3 equals 3 times negative 1. Negative 3 equals negative 3. That means that that point was correct.
It didn't work because I used 2 different colored pencils, but they both came out gray.
Alright, because I've done this one before, I'm gonna warn you this next graph is gonna be quite large. And I don't recommend counting by anything other than 1 when you're doing stuff like this because it can make your crossing weird and people tend to get them wrong if they do anything other than 1. If you want to, that's fine. I'm not going to though. Number 10. Y equals negative 3x minus 13. And the other one, negative x minus 2y equals negative 4. So I would suggest that we put everything in slope-intercept form. So I would have, negative 2y equals x minus 4. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. So one line, other line. You don't need a whole lot on the right-hand side of the graph for this one, but you are going to need a lot on the left and down, so just be aware of that. I'm going to move this over.
Get your hands off me.
All right, first graph, our first line is down at negative 13. I don't even know if I went down far enough. 12. Almost.
When they call us.
It's not helpful, Charlotte. Do you think
That's-
if you- it's
I-
before
oh,
lunch?
Wow.
I really hope she left.
The freshmen go at 11:45.
Thank you. We go at 11:45.
Yo,
No, we're
she's
at
a
freshman.
freshman,
Oh wait.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
After
We're not
11:45.
freshmen.
You're before that. Freshmen are last.
11:45.
Freshmen are last. Oh.
I forget that we're not freshmen, guys.
Come on, Charlotte.
No.
All right, up 3, back 1.
Not gonna be able to paint a wooden stick with black paint for an hour. Is that what you do in art? What?
That's what he's doing more.
I'm almost done with
No,
that.
he's that means we're
What
missing
did I
the
say?
choir. We're missing choir.
We are?
I'm talking about my pink.
No, I don't want this fire. Why would I want it fire? Only
Now,
because-
usually I won't plot this many points. However, because I've done this problem before, I know that I have to go way up there before it's going to cross, so I'm just going ahead and doing that. The other line, I may still not have gone far enough, but we're going to hope that I did. The other line is at 2 and a slope of negative 1/2, so either down 1, right 2, but I can tell it's not going to cross way over here, so I'm going to go up 1, back 2. Oh, good. I did go far enough.
Yay.
Barely.
No way. That's not.
No, it's
Good.
good.
It's good thing you can cheat. Because that line was bad.
Yeah, I think you get like a 4.
It's like
Oh, that's circle.
All right, what is this point?
Wait, 1, 2, negative.
negative 6,
7, 6, negative 6.
5, negative 6, 5.
That's a song. No, it's not.
It's 5 foot 9, not 6.
We can check this by plugging it in. So I'm going to do 5 equals negative 3 times negative 6 minus 13. So 5 equals 18 minus 13, or 5 equals 5. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you don't write your answer as an ordered pair, it will be wrong. It's like the next like 2 sections or something like that are the same type thing, but we're solving using different methods. So today is by graphing. Tomorrow I think is substitution. Maybe it's both. Substitution and elimination. If I can find section 3. No, section 3 is something different. But anyways, today and tomorrow we'll be using different methods to solve linear equations. Right now we're doing graphing. All the answers have to be written as an ordered pair. 12. Y equals 4x plus 3 and 20x minus 5y equals negative 15. So I'm going to move stuff over so I can get it in intercept form. Negative 5y equals negative 20x minus 15. Divide by negative 5. What do you notice?
It is
They're the
same
same line.
slope.
They're the exact same
Same
line.
line.
Yes,
These are the same. You don't even need to graph this if they are the same. They're the same line. So what does that mean?
They all have
they're
same points.
consistent.
They're consistent. They're independent. Dependent.
I just said that.
You said
No,
It's consistent
independent.
and dependent.
'Cause
What else do we know about this?
They are lines.
Are they considered parallel if they're the same line?
No, parallel are parallel like this.
I can't
Remember?
see
Parallel
that.
can't cross.
Like
They're
this.
co-linear.
Okay.
And they are coexisting in the same graph. They are
They
They
coincide.
coincide.
That's
Infinitely many solutions.
Definitely.
Infinitely many solutions.
Do we have to write an ordered
Ye-
pair for this one?
No.
Okay.
But you have to write infinitely many solutions.
Why not just infinite? Why would I write many?
Because you want all the points.
But like, is there a mathematical reason?
Because this is the answer.
But why is any?
Shut up, Ryan.
Because
Come
it's
on.
the answer.
'Cause they
So,
all- 'cause they
this
intersect
question's
everywhere.
still only asking for us to tell the solutions, okay? These ones are not yet asking for consistent and dependent, but we're going to get into that in a minute. So if it asks for you to say, like, if it's consistent and dependent, consistent and independent, or inconsistent, you need to write that as well as this, okay? Infinitely many solutions. If there's no solution, you have to write that or you do not get all the points. Every year I take points off because people don't write that part. They'll show me that it's the same line. They might even note that it's the same line, but they don't put all the pieces to make it right.
How do you spell
One solution needs an ordered pair. The other ones either need infinitely many solutions or no solution written with it.
No
That's how
solution
you,
would be
like,
parallel.
Explain the answer.
Is there an E in infinitely?
No.
Yes.
Well, yes.
But like, is there supposed to be one? 'Cause I've always written it without the E.
What?
Yes, there is one.
I've always written it with an
What?
Infinitely?
A. No, infinitely, like infinite.
Like
Infinite.
in final?
Like on my notes even
Daniel.
I have like INFINATELY.
Because I thought
Maybe
you
you
dropped
aren't
the E
British.
without the LY.
I don't
Is that
think that's
how
a
they
British
do it in
spelling.
No, that's
No,
not British.
it's
That's
just
just
my
wrong.
it's just wrong.
Like when you spell.
British.
I have it spelled correctly.
Well, I know
We
how
need
spelling
to.
is.
How do you spell choir?
Like you.
I know.
How
My
do I spell
spelling
what?
is literally trash.
CHOIR.
How do you spell senior?
Senior?
SENIOR.
Why are we having a spelling
I
bee?
don't know.
Anthony's
Wait, did I spell choir
establishmentarianism.
wrong?
Go.
ANTITISTABLISH.
What the heck?
I can't.
You know what? What's the next question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banana. Spell rude.
Number, hold on,
Second grade.
Oh.
18.
Oh my.
Oh.
All right, these ones are a little different. These ones just say to solve the system, classify as consistent and independent, consistent and dependent, or inconsistent. We do not have to graph these ones. These ones don't say we have to graph them. I would only ever graph if it tells me I have to because it's way more difficult. So, 2x minus y equals 4, and x minus 2y equals -1. I would get them in slope-intercept form, both of them, and here's why. I can look at the slopes of lines, okay? If they have the exact same slope, what do I know about them? What's the other
They don't
option?
have any solutions or they
Infinitely many solutions. What's going to be the distinction between determining if lines are parallel or the same line?
The y-intercept.
The y-intercept, okay? And if it's anything other than them being exactly the same slope, then what is it going to be?
Perpendicular, because they have opposite slopes.
Lines don't have to be perpendicular.
They'll intersect with one.
They might be perpendicular, but they'll just intersect at one point. And so,
This is what this one is. I hope.
get y by itself. What do I do?
Move the 2x
Yeah,
over.
that's fine, everything will be fine.
Or you could just divide by
Minus
-1
two-
and move the 2x over at the same time.
That's what I said. We need some longer arms.
So, y equals 2x minus 4. The other one, what do I do?
Y equals negative. I'm gonna positive half x.
And then half x plus half.
So, based on that, what are these two lines?
Perpendicular.
No.
No, that should be
No.
opposite reciprocal.
Yeah, it is.
They're
It's
just
not.
I don't care if they're perpendicular or not. What am I asking you to find?
The consistent or dependent or the independent or the
What
Yes. Which one is this one?
consistently independent.
yeah, what he said.
What?
Maybe.
Correct.
Yes, consistent
What would
and
be
independent. If it's parallel.
Okay.
Wait.
I told you.
So consistent is where it intersects, and then independent is what makes it dependent.
You have looked at one board in the same.
Huh?
Dependent makes it like this.
Dependent is the exact same line.
Okay. But if it's not, it's independent.
Yes. So, if you are an independent person, you like to do things by yourself. One solution.
We just know the definition of the word independent.
I hope by this point in your life you know what it
Well,
means
some
to be
people-
independent.
Can we
If
do our
not,
homework
then-
dependently.
Like, just know the definition of the word.
But we do our vocab independently.
No, we don't.
That's just you, Charlotte.
Well, that's.
I don't do my vocab independently.
I'm afraid of Mrs. Patton if I did my vocab
You
with
can't
someone
change
else.
that, can you?
So
I do my vocab with myself.
Me, myself, and
Okay.
I.
you're
That's
dependent
yourself
on
and Quizlet?
yourself.
Not only
All right, number 20. Y equals 2x minus 1 and negative 6x plus 3y equals negative 3. First one's already written in the correct form, so I need to manipulate the other one. 3y equals 6x minus 3.
Y equals.
Divide by 3.
They're the same exact line.
Negative.
Same line.
That means it's
Con and
independently many solutions. Consistent.
Infinitely many solutions.
Dependent, because it's all of them. And it's consistent and it's dependent.
Consistent and dependent.
Wow,
Bless you.
So this is what your answer should look like.
You're lucky that thing's in the way.
Remember when Ari said
Yes.
That's you.
Let's see, 28.
I think Ari.
5 halves x minus y equals negative 4. 5x minus 2y equals 1/4.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wait,
Something's
what?
telling me
What
it's
am I
gonna be
looking at?
opposite reciprocal.
So I get negative y equals negative 5 halves x minus 4. So y equals,
5 halves
Five-
x plus 4. And then y equals
and then the second one,
Negative.
Negative.
Divided by.
So y equals 5/2.
Parallel lines. Actually,
Oh, I see what she did. That second thingy isn't the step, it's the second problem.
what?
That's why it's in another color.
Yeah, I got really confused because I remember you saying.
This is line 1. This is line 2.
It took me way too long to figure out what half of a fourth
It
is.
has the
This
same
is
slope,
bad.
which means they're parallel.
I'm not gonna lie, it did a second for me too. I was like, wait,
How do you
it's 1/8,
divide
right? I was like, multiply by 1/2. Okay.
So they are
So what are these lines?
parallel.
They are parallel. So what does that mean?
Inconsistent.
What else?
And they
No
are
solution.
not dependent.
No. Inconsistent, no solution.
And
Why would
they're
it
not
be?
independent or dependent?
No.
How come?
Because they don't have.
Because there's no solution.
Because they don't touch.
Independent is exactly one solution. Dependent is infinitely many solutions.
I am not dependent. Wait, no, I am. I am not no solution.
Jeffrey, I mean, I didn't know you had words on the back.
Put it on that. Oh, here, I'll move it.
Is it in the third person?
No.
Like, is it saying adore you or is it adoring me by looking at it?
I don't know.
What does it say?
Adore you.
All right. Any questions on these?
You didn't even see it.
No.
Probably
not.
I was in
It's
my
on the
car.
front,
I
too.
was like, Mom, no,
So when you're graphing, if you know that it's no solution because they're parallel lines, or you know it's the same line, so there's infinitely many solutions, you don't have to graph the two lines. You only need to graph when it's not one of those options, so you need to be able to find the intersecting point. Okay? So your problems are 3, 5, 11,
Oh, homework.
17,
Guess what we won't have tomorrow? I mean tonight.
21,
This is Wednesday.
Thank you, Zach.
This is fine.
Okay.
You should just leave it
oh wait,
at that.
19, 21.
This whole work with me, I don't know.
Yes.
There.
I gotta go upstairs.
What did you say we don't have to graph? Because I don't know.
The ones
my
that tell
brain
you you don't
just
have to
out.
graph.
The ones that are either, you need to show that they are the same line or show that they are parallel. If that happens, then you don't have to graph them. But if it's something that's clearly not one of those things, you have to graph it because you have to give the point of intersection.
Alrighty.
And the other thing I'm going to say about that, when we learn the other method tomorrow of how to solve linear equations algebraically with substitution and elimination, okay, on the quiz or the test, if the instructions say you have to do it by graphing, you have to do it by graphing. If it says you have to do it by one of those other methods, you have to use the other method, okay? If it says just solve and it doesn't specify, I don't care what method you use, okay?